So our first question that we're going to respond to today is a comment on our video, how to respond to a petition to determine parental relationship, aka fatherhood. And it says, I'm having trouble filling out response for questions 6 and 9. So if we look at questions 6 and 9, Maria, can you just sort of lay the groundwork as to what this Form FL 220 is about and what is a petition to determine the parental relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. So normally this process to establish parental rights is done when the parties aren't married, but there's a child. So typically you'd have to go through the courts to have the parental rights established. And this is the form that's responding to the petition. So typically one party would be the petitioner. They would do the petition to get the process started, the parentage action. And then this particular form is responding. So if typically it would be possibly the father or somebody, one of the parents on the other end that receives this form, and now they want to either contest it or kind of accept that they are the parent to this child. So it's essentially responding to the petition in the parentage action.
Okay, and then thank you. And it can go either way. Either the mom can file this petition saying, hey, this guy's the dad, or the dad can file a petition saying, hey, I'm the dad. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
And then so section 6 on this response is about additional statements. You could either check A, which says parentage has been determined by voluntary declaration of parentage or paternity, or B, parentage has been established in some other case, like if there's a child support case going on, maybe an out-of-state case, I'm guessing, or C, public assistance is being provided to the children. So what kind of information can you provide to clarify this section C?
Absolutely. So typically when a child's born, the hospital in and of itself will have the parents sign a voluntary declaration of paternity, basically saying they're the parents to this child. Sometimes that, if both parents are present, most of the time they'll just sign that form. So that's one of the options in that section that says we've already signed the form, parentage has already been established by virtue of voluntary declaration, filling out that form. But sometimes, let's say if the parents aren't married, mother goes into labor, they're at the hospital, dad isn't there, and he wasn't there to sign that declaration. So if they don't already have that form, then this is just a different process to try to establish parental rights and make it known that they believe they are the father to this child. So that's where this process comes in. But if they don't have the voluntary declaration already filled out and signed, you wouldn't necessarily check that box. But if there are other cases, like you mentioned, a child support case through Department of Child Support Services, they're already dealing with child support and they've already dealt with the parentage or the paternity issue through that court or through that process, then you can mark that box. If none of them apply, then you wouldn't necessarily have to check those boxes if none of them are relate to your particular case.
So is there a difference between the words parentage and paternity?
Not really. In my experience, they've been pretty synonymous. I think some people like to say paternity actions, others say parentage. I know the form typically says parentage, so I don't think there's a significant difference between the two.